town of South Bend, where shadows danced along the edges of reality, an ordinary child named Lily stumbled upon an extraordinary secret. It all began when she discovered a peculiar crayon drawing tucked away in the dusty corners of the attic. The drawing depicted a family like no other, a monstrous amalgamation of twisted limbs and ethereal forms. Each member had eyes that seemed to pierce through the paper, reaching into the very soul of anyone who dared to gaze upon them. The crayon strokes, though childlike, emanated an eerie energy that sent shivers down Lily's spine. Beneath the disturbing illustration were words etched with an otherworldly hue. "We live in your walls." The revelation sent tremors through Lily's world, transforming the familiar confines of her home into a labyrinth of uncertainty. Night after night, she would hear hushed whispers emanating from the walls, a disconcerting symphony of voices that seemed to transcend the boundaries of the physical. As the days unfolded, Lily's once idyllic life took a sinister turn. The supernatural presence within the walls manifested itself in subtle yet unsettling ways. Objects would move on their own accord, and fleeting shadows would dance along the periphery of her vision. Whispers became audible murmurs, echoing secrets that teased the fringes of her understanding. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, Lily embarked on a quest to unravel the enigma concealed within her home. She discovered a hidden passage behind a bookshelf, leading to a forgotten chamber that resonated with an otherworldly energy. In the heart of this secret space, Lily encountered the spectral family from the crayon drawing, entities existing in a realm that intersected with her own. They explained that they were echoes of a time long past, trapped between dimensions and seeking solace in the comforting embrace of the living. These spectral beings, unable to move beyond the confines of the walls, yearned for connection with the world of the living. In Lily, they found a bridge between realms, a conduit through which they could touch the tangible once more. As Lily embraced her newfound role, a delicate balance formed between the living and the spectral. The walls of South Bend resonated with whispers of gratitude, and the once ominous presence transformed into a symbiotic harmony. The spectral family, though confined, found a peculiar form of existence, and Lily became the custodian of a supernatural kinship that defied the boundaries of understanding. And so, in the town of South Bend, where mystery, horror, and the supernatural converged, Lily's home became a haven for entities that lived within the walls, an extraordinary family connected by the inexplicable threads of the mystical and the mundane. Days turned into nights, and nights into a continuous twilight as an unexplained darkness descended upon the town of Briarwood. It began as a subtle dimming of the sunlight, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch beyond their natural limits. Soon the town found itself engulfed in an eternal dusk, as if the sun had decided to linger on the edge of the horizon, hesitant to fully embrace the night. The residents of Briarwood, initially dismissive of the peculiar phenomenon, soon grew uneasy. Street lamps flickered incessantly, their feeble glow barely holding at bay the encroaching shadows that seemed to have a life of their own. It wasn't long before the townspeople realized that this darkness was not a mere absence of light, but a sentient force that defied explanation. The once vibrant town square became a haunting tableau of silhouettes, where elongated shadows danced and twisted with an unsettling life of their own. Fear and uncertainty gripped the hearts of the townspeople as they struggled to comprehend the supernatural force that had enveloped Briarwood. Amid the pervasive gloom, a group of courageous individuals emerged, determined to unravel the mystery shrouding their once peaceful abode. Among them was Dr. Evelyn Harper, a renowned scientist who had dedicated her life to understanding the inexplicable. As Dr. Harper delved into ancient texts and consulted with experts in the occult, a chilling revelation emerged. The darkness that cloaked Briarwood was not a natural occurrence but a sentient entity, an ancient force that had been awakened by a long-forgotten ritual. Driven by an insatiable hunger for despair, this malevolent force fed on the fear and anxiety of the townspeople. It thrived on their darkest emotions, growing stronger with each passing day. Dr. Harper, realizing the urgency of the situation, rallied the townspeople to stand united against the encroaching darkness. Together they conducted a counter-ritual, a beacon of hope meant to dispel the shadows that had taken residence in Briarwood. The townspeople, armed with candles and ancient incantations, gathered in the town square to confront the supernatural entity. As they chanted in unison, a radiant light emerged from the center of the gathering, pushing back the oppressive darkness that had held the town captive. The shadows recoiled, writhing in agony as the collective will of Briarwood fought to reclaim their home. In a crescendo of ethereal energy, the darkness dissipated, unveiling a town reborn in the warmth of dawn. The once enslaved shadows were replaced by the gentle play of sunlight, restoring Briarwood to its former glory. Dr. Evelyn Harper, standing amidst the triumphant townspeople, realized that the battle against the supernatural was not just about defeating an ancient force, but about embracing the resilience of the human spirit. Briarwood, having emerged from the clutches of the ominous darkness, stood as a testament to the indomitable will of those who refused to surrender to the unknown. In the heart of the small town of Northbrook, the cemetery stood as a silent witness to the passage of time. Its gravestones, weathered by years of wind and rain, held the stories of generations long gone. Yet one ominous night, the tranquility of Northbrook was shattered when the graveyard revealed a macabre secret. It began with a low, eerie sound echoing through the stillness of the night. Residents were startled awake by the unearthly symphony that seemed to emanate from beneath the ground. As they rushed to the cemetery, a sight beyond imagination greeted them. Every grave, once securely sealed, now lay open, the dirt pushed out in grotesque mounds. Panic seized the townspeople as they confronted the surreal scene before them. Whispers of a supernatural force spread through hushed conversations, and fear painted the faces of those who dared to gaze into the gaping holes that were once final resting places. Janet Turner, a local historian with a penchant for the mysterious, took it upon herself to unravel the enigma that now enveloped Northbrook. Guided by ancient manuscripts and folklore passed down through generations, Janet discovered that the cemetery had become a gateway to a realm where shadows and spirits converged. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, Janet descended into the open graves, armed with a lantern and the weight of the town's collective dread. As she ventured deeper into the subterranean labyrinth, she encountered a spectral presence, a guardian of the gateway that had been disturbed by an unforeseen disturbance. The guardian, a solemn figure cloaked in ethereal mist, revealed the town's forgotten pact with the supernatural. Generations ago, the residents of Northbrook had made a desperate deal to protect their town from an imminent threat. In return, the cemetery became a vessel for the restless souls that lingered between worlds. However, as the town changed and modernized, the ancient pact was forgotten, and the guardian's silent vigil was disrupted. The gateway to the other realm opened, setting free the spirits that sought release. Janet, now burdened with the responsibility of rectifying the town's transgressions, sought the help of the townspeople. Together, they conducted a ritual to appease the guardian and restore the delicate balance between the worlds. As incantations filled the air, the open graves gradually closed, and an otherworldly calm settled over Northbrook. With the pact renewed and the guardian appeased, the cemetery returned to its silent vigil. The once open graves were now a testament to the town's reconnection with its mystical roots. Janet, having played a pivotal role in this supernatural revelation, became the guardian of Northbrook's secrets, ensuring that the pact would be honored for generations to come. And so, the small town nestled between the hills continued its existence, its past and present intertwined in the mysterious tapestry of Northbrook's history. As the last echoes of the ritual faded away, Northbrook experienced an eerie calm. The once open graves were now sealed, concealing the secrets of the restless spirits below. However, the town remained vigilant, knowing that the supernatural forces could not be underestimated. Janet, now burdened with the knowledge of the town's mystical past, continued her research into the ancient pact. The archives yielded tales of a curse that had befallen Northbrook centuries ago, a curse tied to a forbidden love that had spawned a lineage marked by tragedy. The whispers of the townspeople grew louder as they shared their own encounters with inexplicable occurrences. Shadows danced in the corners of their eyes, and faint echoes of unearthly whispers lingered in the air. It became evident that the gateway to the other realm was not fully closed, and the spirit's influence continued to weave through the fabric of daily life. Janet, guided by a newfound sense of purpose, delved into the forbidden love story that had ignited the curse. She unearthed a tale of star-crossed lovers, torn apart by a vengeful force that sought to punish their union. The forbidden love had given rise to a lineage destined to grapple with the supernatural consequences of their ancestors' choices. The key to sealing the gateway lay in unraveling the threads of this tragic love story. Janet, along with a group of determined locals, embarked on a journey to confront the ancient force that held the town in its spectral grip. They sought answers in the heart of the forest, where the roots of the curse intertwined with the very soil upon which Northbrook stood. As the group ventured deeper into the woods, the supernatural energy intensified. The air crackled with an otherworldly presence, and the whispers grew into haunting choruses that resonated through the trees. Janet, undeterred by the spectral forces surrounding them, led the group to a clearing where an ancient oak tree stood, its branches reaching towards the heavens. In the shadow of the oak, the group discovered an old, weathered journal containing the personal accounts of the ill-fated lovers. The journal revealed the sacrifices made in the name of love and the price paid by generations that followed. Janet, with a heavy heart, realized that breaking the curse required a selfless act, one that mirrored the sacrifices of the past. Guided by a newfound understanding of the town's history, the group performed a ritual of redemption, acknowledging the mistakes of their ancestors and pledging to forge a path free from the shackles of the past. As their voices rose in unison, the ancient oak absorbed the collective energy, and a blinding light enveloped the clearing. When the light subsided, the curse was lifted. The gateway closed, and the whispers ceased. Northbrook, once entangled in the threads of an ancient curse, emerged into a new era, a town liberated from the supernatural shadows that had plagued its history. Janet, now revered as the town's guardian, watched as Northbrook embraced its newfound freedom. The cemetery, once a symbol of mystery and dread, transformed into a serene resting place for the departed. The townspeople, united by the shared experience, lived with a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance between the known and the unknowable. And so, Northbrook thrived, its story forever etched in the annals of a town that had faced the supernatural head-on, emerging stronger and more connected to its mystical roots than ever before.